Stop it already. Hi.
Hey, Internets, it's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and this is the Scribes and Scrolls, the Candlekeep Mysteries. This is Book 5, Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme. Shemshime. Chapter 54, Finish the Rhyme. And we'll find out what that's all about in just a moment. As you can tell by the wonderfully glowing auras in the corners, we are without Ricky and without Dwight.
The bottom row is very lonely.
But that just puts a lot more pressure on the other three to carry things through. So before we get started, I want to tell you, whether you're watching with us live right now, that's where it's really important. Tune in tomorrow night to fortnerd.com for the first of the 6-part dual DM'd 10-player finale to Dreadful Tales, of which I'm one of the DMs, but that's not till Wednesday. Tomorrow you can see how this is all, it's the beginning of the end. Things are reaching their epic conclusion over the next 3 weeks. So be sure to tune in and check that out. If you're watching this on VOD, head over to fortnerd.com on YouTube. Eventually he'll put these up there if they're not there already. But it's been a blast. I think we talked about it recently. It's been since February we've been running these. This anthology series, an epic undertaking from Cari, the brainchild and producer behind it, and it's been awesome playing with an interchanging cast of players and characters, as well as riffing back and forth with Strike Red Kite, the other DM, who we conspired together yesterday for these finales. So it ought to be
I was not
really
invited
good.
to the conspiration.
Interestingly enough, you could have showed up because you were in that chat message. You didn't, and I was glad. I would have kicked you out if you'd have shown up.
You told me not to.
Wow. Wow.
But you had the capacity to show up.
All right.
So you exercised restraint, and for that, I'm glad. So otherwise, other announcements and things that are happening, you can find in the pre-stream, and during the break, we will have some placards for that stuff as well. Encourage you to check out all the other shows, everybody's socials. And I feel like there was one other thing, and it's slipping my mind as to what that could be. Oh, I did want to mention, because it's not on there. I need somebody to remind me. Or remind myself, I need to put a Mythos Tales announcement on there, because in September the Mythos Tales is returning. It's coming here to MTD one Wednesday a month, and we promised this, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 months ago. It's finally gonna happen. Cari is running her own adventure for the rest of us, so we're very excited for that. And we're not quite ready to announce it yet, but there is another show that is going to be coming to MTD probably in September. So sometime in the next couple weeks, I will have a trailer to show you all. So you'll want to make sure you are following MTD Jake on Twitter to stay up to date on all that good stuff. All right. Before we get into our game, of course, we like to take a moment before every game just to remind you that you matter. Mental health is something that is super important to us here at Mini Terrain Domain. I've been very open over the last few years with my own struggles with depression and anxiety, and it's because of reaching out and seeking help, taking that step to find a counselor. Going on actually 3 years ago, that I have been able to find what worked for me, coping mechanisms and things to deal with my depression and anxiety. And I've been over 6 months without a panic attack because of that. I still meet on a semi-regular basis with my therapist to talk through things and other issues and stuff like that. I highly recommend it. Everybody, I believe, should talk at least once or twice, if not regularly, to somebody. But that can be difficult. Finding, taking that first step and figuring out where to go. If you find yourself in that category of people, know that while you are here, it is as simple as typing !help in the chat. Just 5 little characters like that. And you will get a helpful URL to findahelpline.com, or you can head over to takethis.org and check out their mental health resources page, of which findahelpline.com is part of that. All excellent resources that are free and will help you to find whatever help it is that you need. We encourage you to bookmark those sites for yourself, bookmark them for a friend, and remember, you matter. With that, I think it's time to play some Dungeons and Dragons. When we last left off... Wow, that is really loud. I don't know what happened.
Really loud and very evil.
It's supposed to be evil, but it's literally more than twice as loud as it should be. So I apologize for that. I just forgot to turn the volume down. There we go.
Jake was bumping before this session, just planning on.
Yeah, that's what I'm bumping to suspense music.
Yep. You say that like it's totally out there for you.
No, I was being serious. I was totally bumping too.
I wasn't joking.
Okay, so you all are together again as a group, as the book club, with one additional member in the form of Togo. And you, much to your chagrin, found out that your rooms had been given away at the House of Rest. But you were told that there was a place for you to stay below the hearth in a place called the Firefly Cellar, which is a 2-story underground library housing special collections and books that are in need of refurbish and repair, as well as some kitchens and bedrooms. And it's got its name because of all the fireflies that are kept in terrariums and that light the place in little glass globes. While you were here after your first night, or anytime somebody slept, you began to notice everybody humming a tune that mentions Shemshime, a repeated tune that soon people began to actually not just hum the tune, but began to sing the lyrics to Shemshime's bedtime rhyme. See a mother scything wheat, forgotten husband sleeping near. With one swing she took his feet, with another took his ear. Does the shadow have a name? Shemshime. Causes grief, avoids the blame. Shemshime. See a dog that knows how to heal. Never heeds plea nor command. Mother gave it a tasty meal, dog chose instead to eat her hand. Does the shadow have a name? Shemshime. Causes grief, avoids the blame. Shemshime. See a son doing his chore, washing clothes for the folk in town. Fell into the river's roar, sank to the bottom and drowned. Does the shadow have a name? Shemshime. Causes grief, avoids the blame. Shemshime. You, while this tune has played through your heads, you have witnessed one of your new companions in this Firefly Cellar, Ebder Smallstone, become paralyzed while loudly singing the song. You have seen Cthulhu, the Tabaxi scholar, very recently become unhinged and try to, with physical violence, try to take the a supposed key from Varnir, the elderly elf caretaker here. You have seen the temperature drop suddenly. You have seen shadows coalesce from around a singing floating skull. And you have seen bones hidden in a alcove within the firefly room. And then the lights started to flicker. The fireflies started to dim. And suddenly, all the lights in the firefly cellar went dark. You felt around you that as if the air had grown thick. You felt it pressing in on you from all sides, prickling at your nerves, and you could feel your muscles begin to twitch in your arms and your legs as though something is yanking on them with invisible strings. And to start our session tonight, I need all of you to make a charisma saving throw.
I thought you were about to say roll for initiative. I'm like, we can't see anything.
Don't forget your +1.
You get a
Thanks!
+1 for being near Togo, and if you have anything that gives you advantages
Charisma
versus
for
being
that.
charmed, you can use that as well.
I got an 11.
I got a 16.
Use my luck.
I'm rolling for Mizya with advantage. Mizya got a 19.
Side note, Jacob, I don't know if you noticed.
I did. I haven't
somebody...
added it yet.
Oh, okay. No worries. I was
Nope.
just making
I
sure.
appreciate
Okay.
that, though, because I was
nervous.
literally on the verge of forgetting it.
I know you get, with the multitasking. So it's.
I mean, it's a lot.
It is a lot. I know.
Whoa. I hit something. I don't know what I just hit. I might have just accidentally taken a screenshot. I don't know. I bumped a function key. Okay. I didn't see that you all were nagging me in the chat until just now.
Oh.
Okay. I need to roll for Vorn saving throw. So you got an 11, Teera. Vorn got a 6. Togo, what'd you get?
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. And Doc, you got a 16.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you start to feel this, it feels little more than somebody picking at almost like pulling at your sleeves or the edge of your armor, Togo, Mizya, and Doc. However, Teera, Vorn, the two of you are compelled in this moment to sing Shemshime's rhyme repeatedly. And you, Teera, all of you in this darkness, you hear this distinct sound of Teera drawing her greatsword.
Oh no! I'm
You
sorry.
hear the sound of Vorn's axes as a little bit of light, or not, sorry, not axe. Vorn doesn't have those anymore. He has,
His shadow
he
blade.
summons the shadow blade into his hand as the fireflies begin to slowly pull up, creating a little bit of light. It's dim light. You will be attacking with disadvantage, Teera. And your target is Doc.
Oh.
And Vorn is going to be attacking Togo.
Oh my god.
As you are
Okay.
loudly repeating this rhyme, this nursery rhyme, this sing-song childish rhyme, you make an attack against Doc.
Okay. Oh my god. Thank god for it's at disadvantage, right?
Yes.
That's good because one of them was a nat 20, and the other one is a 13. Does a 13 hit Doc? Good.
There's sparks as this moment of almost stillness as the lights went out, and then they start coming back up. You hear Teera's sword drawn, and then she swings at Doc. There's a shower of sparks as the sword hits the stone. Galeby screams, and a half a second later, Crinkle the Kenku mimics that scream, and you see them both dart down the hallway. Kinkle grabs Galeby's hand and leads her down the hall and into a room. You hear a door slam as Vorn looks around singing this rhyme. Does the shadow have a name? Looking at you, Togo. And Vorn just cracks his neck to the side. Shemshime. And he brings his shadow katana to bear on you, Togo. Wow. And I just got to double check something. I can never... I think at this point in D&D, only humans don't have dark vision, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
But it doesn't matter because it is dim light. It still imposes a disadvantage. So that's a 22 to hit, or this is with disadvantage. Or 24. So you're getting hit, Togo.
Are you getting hit or are you getting hit? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all of the above.
You are going to take 15 points of magical slashing damage. And just gotta check something.
We need Cthulhu to step in.
Help!
Okay.
Help!
Okay, it's not a crit, so you're good on that. Okay. Yeah, so Doc, Togo, Mizya, you all notice as the two of them have suddenly turned and started attacking at you, and I just realized, before we do that, I need to roll charisma saving throws for Varnir. Natural 20. Edbur, 16.
You know, you could use one of your GM tomes for that. Those 5 that have been sitting up there. If you wanted to give yourself advantage, you could just use
Cthulhu, who had recently attacked you, or attacked at Varnir, but was calmed down by Mizya, rolled a 9. Cthulhu is going to make an attack against one of you as well. Doc, you're getting attacked as Cthulhu, just before all this happened, had sort of reduced what's the word I want? They looked like the wind was taken out of their sails. Suddenly seems to puff up, and the light in their eyes, their feline eyes, seems to catch these firefly lights as they look around the room and settle on you, Doc. And I think Cthulhu, in her agitated state, is going to do something that's going to require all of you except for Mizya and Varnir to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh my god.
Togo, you're good.
This might work out well.
So that's
I got a 9.
17 from Vorn. Actually 18. Are you adding your plus 1?
Yes. I got a nat 1 for a total of 8.
Okay. And you got a 9, Doc. Togo,
Yep.
you're good. Edbur failed. There's suddenly an explosion of thunderous noise as Cthulhu casts Thunderwave into the room, just suddenly looking at you, Doc, but your hair just blows in the wind in your lab coat a little bit of this thunder. But Teera, Edbur, Teera and Edbur are lifted off your feet, and you are thrown backwards against the wall. You also take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, thunder damage. And you're just sort of shoved against the wall. A couple of the terrariums burst. There's broken glass everywhere. Fireflies are now getting loose in this room, and there's this sort of imagine a strobe light, but slow strobe as it kind of pulses with this glow of the fireflies. But in this light, Doc, you and Togo, you notice that Edbur, after having struck into these terrariums, he's not moving. Doc, Togo, what do you want to do in the wake of these attacks?
Oh, that's a great
Shoot it
question.
down.
Togo's gonna rush to the guy who ran into the terrarium, even if that's an opportunity attack for Vorn.
That would be, yes.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't care. He's going to be heading towards him.
Vorn gets a natural 20 against you. Now,
Is it still with disadvantage rather?
Thank you for reminding me of that.
Oh, thank God!
Oh, nice.
Because with the hand of the queen, there's a very bad thing that happens on a crit.
I know. I know.
You're not going to believe this. The other die
It's an 8.
is a natural 1.
Oh. Thank you.
Can I get extra credit, Dad? Can I get inspiration? Never mind. It's okay. I'm just happy to help. Oh God.
So yeah, there's this. He swings at you, Togo, but horribly misses, and you're able to make it over to where you're headed.
Togo wants to rest his hands on the body. Can he feel like a heartbeat? Breath?
Do a
Medicine?
No, I'm not even going to make you do a medicine check. He took 12 points of damage. You see that there's blood running from his ears. You know that he is dead.
Nice. Real nice, Skachula.
Well, that's
Breath of life.
that's not good. Shit. Okay. Yikes. Okay. So then, Togo is going to stand up. He looks like very just sad as he turns, but he's going to put his hand on Doc's shoulder. We gotta do something, but we can't hurt them, can we? And he's going to imbue Doc with heroism and bravery. So you're immune to being frightened, and you gain 1 hit point, temporary hit point at the start of each of your turns. Every turn.
Doc is gonna say, that's true. And as he feels the emboldening energy flowing through his body, he's going to reach into his pocket and hand Togo a potion. He said, I made this for you.
Aw.
Really? And he looks at it. What is it?
You have to drink it.
Oh. he He looks kind of confused. Not suspicious at all, just confused, but he's going to drink it anyway.
So you yourself feel emboldened. For the next minute, you can roll a d4 and add the number to every attack roll and saving throw you make.
Nice.
Did they just become best friends?
And
me and you and me. That starts playing.
He's gonna say, no, I don't think we can hurt them. And then Gary is going to look up a rule.
Meanwhile, Teera is like and getting up, and there's just glass and broken shit, and there's blood, and it's not good.
Oh, here we go.
And the whole time this is happening, Vorn and Teera are just maniacally singing this nursery rhyme. So's Cthulhu.
Yeah. Oh God, hate it.
Okay. So Doc is going to cast a spell on himself.
Okay.
And as he does so, his chest begins to puff out, and his shoulders ripple beneath his lab coat, and his biceps start straining at his shirt.
Bruce Banner? Pretty
That's
much.
That's what you see, bro.
Pre-workout today, bro?
C4.
That's your action?
Yeah,
Sponsor.
I mean, I'm going to attempt to grapple Teera.
Ooh.
Okay.
That
That's
gives the best
opposed.
hugs.
That's opposed athletics checks.
Athletics, huh? Oof. Good luck, man. I'll let Gary go first. The suspense is killing me. I feel like he's gonna lose.
I got 12.
I got a 24.
I
So-
do not succeed.
I imagine this is like trying to wrestle a tree.
Yeah, pretty much. A very active, angry, creepy tree.
That's singing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mizya was also not affected. I thought it would be easier to bounce back and forth between their sheets, but it's taking a moment to load. Mizya is going to... Mizya is going to cast a spell on... I think she's going to try to they're going to try to deal with Cthulhu again, and they are going to... Alright, Cthulhu needs to make a wisdom saving throw. As Mizya says to Cthulhu, I said, leave them alone. And Cthulhu
Great Mizzy impression.
looks at Mizya and just goes,
Oh, sick.
with an
Awesome.
18
Awesome.
on their save, they succeed. Teera and Vorn, I need wisdom saving or charisma saving throws again as you
Alright.
attempt to break free of this effect.
Mwah. Here we go. Oh my god, 6.
All right, Teera, roll me a d6 while I roll Vorn's.
2.
You are attacking Togo, Teera.
Oh no. Doc's friendship with Togo.
Well,
is
actually, no, I
blossoming.
take that back
Teera-
because you're kind of engaged with Doc. Vorn
Let's
rolled
keep attacking Doc.
Vorn rolled a 2 on his saving throw.
Ricky even when he's not here. Bless his heart.
Yep. Don't worry. You take care of Doc. Vorn
We're a
looks to
team.
where Togo ran away, looks after you, Togo, and just said, I'm not done with you yet.
Cool. Get
And
over
then just
here.
through, you can see his tusks kind of poking up as he through gritted teeth just says, the shadow in that sword, shadow blade rises, has a name, Shemshime. Go ahead and attack Doc, Teera.
All right. Sure will. Here we go. Disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh, I got a 2 and a nat 1. So that sucks, and that's happy times. All right. Yeah, nat 1 makes for an 8. I assume that does not hit Doc, and I'm assuming
Well,
I
nat
miss
1
so
is an
bad.
automatic miss anyway.
And he gets an attack.
He gets an opportunity attack because of our crit fail rules.
All right. So I'm going to attempt to grapple Teera again.
And Togo, does a 14 hit you? I don't think it does.
No.
As Vorn misses yet again.
Are we still making just opposed athletics, or because this is a little different? Should I make like disadvantage? Or
You
something?
always are opposed athletics. Actually, the instigator's athletics. You can use acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah.
I feel like it's metagaming for me to use my worst, so I'll just go athletics. It's a 21.
Oops.
So
Very, very strong, yeah.
Doc wraps his arms around Teera and says, no, as I got a 22.
Oh, congratulations! Teera is kicking and just spitting, and it's ugly. And all the same time, like almost frantically now saying this rhyme. Does the shadow have a name? It's freaky.
So I think after seeing this, Togo is like smiling at Doc and be like, that really worked. And then Togo, you see, is gonna do the same thing that Doc did. Like, he's gonna cast he's gonna use his channel divinity called Peerless Athlete. So he, in this very similar way, looks very gets very strong, and you can see like there's this like almost like golden hue that emanates from Togo, as in the same way he is going to try to grapple Born, but he has advantage now.
Nice.
All right, and oh, did you see the number I
What?
just rolled?
No! I don't like that.
Togo rolled a 22 and Vorn rolled a 23.
Oh my god.
As you start to wrap your arms around Vorn, you realize you can't close that, and Vorn just looks up at you and flexes out of your grip. Not like throwing your arms apart, but just pulls away. While you are all occupied in this way, you don't notice Cthulhu suddenly turn and charge at Mizya with her claws out. And Cthulhu is going to make a claw attack against... okay, it's only the one attack. Gonna make a claw attack against Mizya. That is a 19 on the die for a 21 to hit. And Mizya is going to take 4 points of slashing damage. As Cthulhu rushes over and does this. And I need Vorn, Teera, and Cthulhu to make
Alrighty.
charisma saving throws again.
This is the one. I can feel it. I'm gonna roll it on a hard surface this time. 13. So 14 because of Togo.
Cthulhu
So
fails.
charismatic.
Hold on. I'm bouncing between a million different things. You got a 14?
Yeah.
You are still charmed. And
God,
Vorn.
no.
Vorn is going to roll So Vorn gets a 14, but because Togo, you're standing right there, you see as Vorn pushes away, breaking free of your attempted grapple. He looks like he's tensing on this shadow sword at you, and then you just suddenly see his expression change as Vorn goes, "What dark forces have hold of me?" And you see him step back away from you. And you see that he has managed to break free of this effect. But not you, Teera. But you are grappled, yes?
Yeah, so I would probably be like wrenching, and I guess do I make an athletics check to try to break free? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you would, if that's what you want to do, you have to break out of Doc's grip.
Yep, I would like to try and do that. Here I go. It is a 22.
Doc feels Teera struggling beneath his grip, and she'll see his eyes go white as his mind goes to a different time. He feels his flesh damp with sweat, and he's not wearing a shirt, and he feels the sand beneath his feet, and across from him he sees, peering back at him in the darkness, 3 glowing red eyes.
What is this fucking malarkey? What are you doing? God
And so
nuggets. Just nuggets.
as Teera's struggling, Doc tightens his grip around her, his muscles straining, and he says, "No, Teera." Doc got a 27.
You son of a bitch! Look how strong you are. I'm proud of you. Cari's proud of you. Teera's pissed. Wow. Okay. Teera's still just kicking and spitting, and I can't really probably do anything else, but she's like, yeah, her recitation of this rhyme is like very fast and frantic and like wild.
As Doc is sort of looking over Teera's head, he's glancing over at Togo. He's like, "You can do it."
Thank you.
I think about this point you see, Togo, that Cthulhu has rushed over to the other side of the room where Mizya and Varnir are, and Cthulhu has just slashed at Mizya. And Mizya kind of defensively threw their arm up, and you see the slash marks in Mizya's robe, and you see the blood starting to seep into the robe where Mizya was wounded. You also see Mizya look up at Cthulhu and say, "I didn't want to have to do this." As they gesture, and you see 3 purple quills appear in the air, shoot out and around and into Cthulhu for 5 plus 2 is 7 plus for 10 points of force damage, striking Cthulhu. But Cthulhu does not look deterred. You just hear this more and more frantic, just locked in on this. "See a mother slicing wheat. Forgotten husband sleeping near. With one swing she took his feet, and another she took his ear, Shemshime." Whatever force is possessing Cthulhu, it's taking a deeper hold, and she is locked in on Mizya. What would you like to do?
Togo Mizya. He yells out as he goes at Cthulhu and is gonna try and kind of haul her away.
Okay.
So a grapple, I guess. Still with his athleticism advantage, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh! 25.
Nice.
Cthulhu didn't even see you coming. That is a 5.
All of a sudden, Cthulhu just feels like these huge arms reach around both of her arms in this huge hug as Togo's like, I'm sorry, but you can't hurt Mizya. I can't let that happen, as he starts pulling Cthulhu back.
Wow.
As you do that, between your aura and Cthulhu's new charisma roll, Cthulhu gets a dirty 20. You feel Cthulhu suddenly, the fight, as if you picked a cat up by the scruff of its neck. You feel Cthulhu just suddenly, not just stops moving, but actually you feel the muscles loosen. And once again, Cthulhu, what have I done? What have I become? Begin sobbing in your arms, Togo. Meanwhile, Vorn moves quickly across the room towards where Teera. Sorry, there's a lot going on. Did you break free of Doc, or did you get restrained still? That was
I was not able to.
That's right.
but
He had the epic restraint.
I didn't make my new charisma saving throw either. I've only made 2.
You're about to.
Okay.
Because Vorn walks over. As you are frantically saying this, Vorn looks at you and he says, "You are better than this. And I know you do the same for me." And he punches you.
Oh my god. Amazing. Okay.
That feels like a very Vorn
Do I-
Teera thing.
Yeah, 100%. Do I get advantage?
Yes, you get advantage.
Okay, terrific. Of course. Got a 18 to break free. To snap out of it.
The words of the rhyme are snapped off as your teeth just suddenly slam against each other, narrowly avoiding biting your tongue. There's a little bit of a ringing in your ears, and whatever natural instinct you have to immediately defend yourself is sustained because you are currently grappled by the behemoth Doc. But you are no longer under this charm effect.
Oh, shit. And I kind of look over my shoulder. I'm like, Doc, let me go.
No, I'm gonna hold on for just a minute.
Doc, I think, I think bones are cracking, Doc.
I can fix that later. Just gonna give it another second.
And I look back at Vorn and I'm like, did you hit me? Well, what happened?
The Doc is gonna let Teera go, and he's going to say, "Well, you were singing the rhyme. You lost your mind because you were singing the rhyme, and that itself rhymed. You might think that I'm under the effects of the rhyme, but I am not."
Doc, you are frighteningly yoked right now. What
Yes.
happened?
What happened with what?
What is your regimen? You are looking jacked, too swole to control. And I'm poking at Doc and feeling
She's poking Doc, and it's like, well, you start with a good breakfast. You always have to start with a good breakfast of nothing because food is disgusting. And then you do lots of walking because walking is very important. And then you naturally are strong because you're bigger than everyone else that you know. And then you cast a magic spell on yourself to help enhance your own abilities, to make them better.
I'm kind of looking around at just kind of trying to regain my bearings. It almost feels like there was a skip on a CD, for those of you who remember what CDs were. But it's like I remember being like in the room where the fireflies were all lit, and then we're here. I don't remember anything about being, So I just kind of looking around, and I guess
you're in the same room. You actually haven't left the room.
But shit has gotten real, and everybody's sweaty now and anxious, and one dude is dead. So
there's what appears to be Gailby's father, Edbur, appears to be dead on the floor.
Oh no.
Teera, as you see Edbur with the blood leaking from his ears, and Varnier has already rushed over, and she's leaning down and has already come to the same conclusion you did, Togo. She looks back over her shoulder at you, Teera, and she just shakes her head solemnly. And then, Teera, you see, as Varnier seems to catch sight of something just past you, behind you, and her eyes go wide. Do you turn around?
I would look confused for a second, and then I would snap around.
You turn around, and in the doorway, you see 8-year-old Gailby, and Gailby, I just totally lost his name, their last name.
Crinkle!
No, Crinkle's small stone.
Small balls.
Small stone. Jeez.
Sorry.
You're going to feel really bad about that in about 2 seconds. You see Gailby Smallstone standing there in the doorway. Half of her face is splattered in blood. And you see blood all down the front of her clothes. She's staring blankly ahead, shaking, eyes wide, and she's holding a large, square book that has blood on the corner of its metal spine. She's just standing there holding this to her chest, blood down her face and her robes. What do you do?
Is Crinkle with her?
No.
Oh my god. I would walk over to the kid and I'd be like, Teera is still like in the mode of her dad's dead right over there. Teera doesn't want her to like see that. The blood and all the shit is like one thing too many. So she's just focused on not letting her see her dad dead.
She doesn't seem to register much of anything in the room.
Yeah.
But with you sort of standing there, you're kind of blocking the view completely.
Yeah.
She's just seems to be in a state of shock, gripping this book tightly.
What is
staring
the book
straight
she's
ahead.
holding?
It's a very large book that has the entire spine appears to be made of metal. It has a wooden cover with copper inlays. It's hard to see the details of the cover itself because her arms are covering it.
I'm gonna go and gently try and pry it from her grasp.
For a moment, she's resisting, but she's an 8-year-old girl. You are able to pull this book.
And you're swole, Doc, right now.
You're able to pull this book out of her arms. As you do, she collapses into you, sort of, not collapses, but sort of suddenly rushes forward and wraps her arms around you, Teera. Doc, the front of this cover, the cover of this book bears a faded, hand-painted rendering of a round millstone. It's square, 18 inches on each edge, and the metal that has the blood on it on the binding is made of silver, and looking at it, you can see that it's actually, it looks like it's the housing for a music box. built into the spine of this book.
Okay. I'm going to do an investigation check. Togo, would you come help me for a moment? I just need your eyes to make sure I don't miss anything.
Togo nods. I imagine that he's put Cthulhu down at this point. But I don't think he's really like letting her go. Like,
I think
he's not wanting to be forceful, but he's just kind of like guiding her, just like to keep her at his side.
I think as you sort of release her, Varnier stands up, and Cthulhu, who is now sobbing, just saying, "Just want it to stop." Varnier looks at you, Togo, and just says, "It's all right. I'll take it from here." And puts her arms around Cthulhu and sort of leads her off to the side.
Come. And Togo does that and then goes towards Doc.
So Doc is going to say, I'm going to open this book, and I just want you to make sure that I don't miss anything, because I need all the help that I can get. Because ultimately, finding details in books is very difficult, because there's a lot of words. But at the same time, I'm still the smartest person I know. But it's better to be safe than sorry, to have a second pair of eyes to make sure I don't miss anything, right?
Togo like scratches his head. He's like, right.
Great. So he's going to touch himself, and he's going to say, you can do it. And as he does, his muscles sort of, they're not quite as corded. His jacket is no longer rippling. His arms are still ginormous, but they're not straining at the fabric of his lab coat anymore. And I'm going to attempt to make an investigation.
Ooh. An investigation, but fancier.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Teera is like wiping the blood off of this kid's face and like trying to like soothe her and like ask her questions and just kind of just generic soothing.
I got a 26 investigation.
Okay. You... With this investigation check, you begin turning the book over in your hands and looking at the book itself and the mechanism. You notice this book doesn't really have pages in the typical sense. When you open it, what you see instead is a pop-up scene. Like a children's pop-up book. The pop-up cutaway as you open it reveals this illustration through little cutouts of a quaint watermill made out of painted panels of wood, tin, canvas, and leather. You see that there are clockwork mechanisms within the wood and behind the pieces, designed to animate 4 separate scenes that are tied into the music box that's built into the book's spine. As you open the book, you hear, and immediately all of you, against your will, begin humming along with the tune. And you see as the scene begins to play out, you see as the first verse of the song, see a mother scything wheat, forgotten husband sleeping near, with one swing she took his feet, with another took his ear. You see an animated image of the mother holding a scythe, chopping the feet off of a man.
Oh my god.
And then
it
moves on to the next verse. See a dog that knows how to heel, never heeds plea nor command. Mother gave it a tasty meal, dog chose instead to eat her hand. And you see this mechanical dog jumping up and biting the hand off the mother.
Ugh.
You hear the third verse play out. See a son doing his chore, washing clothes for folk in town, fell into the river's roar, sank to the bottom and drowned. And you see the song plays out, and the little animated version of the son kneeling by the river does a couple motions and then tumbles into the river and plays out. As it gets to the end of the rhyme as you know it, after that last, does the shadow have a name? Shemshime causes grief, avoids the blame. Shemshine. There's a fourth scene you see that starts to play out, and you hear the music in the music box start to play another verse, and then it goes, and you see what looks like a fourth person, a daughter, starting to move toward an illustrated version of a shadowy shape. And all of a sudden it goes, stops moving, and the song skips and starts over again with the animation. There appears to be, with that 23, I believe it was, there appears to be a fourth stanza that isn't playing. The music box, the dent in the music box is causing it to be broken, to not play that last verse.
Okay.
There is one final thing.
Okay, hit me.
As you're holding this and you're seeing this play out and the book is open, you feel a coldness in your hands as you hold the book open. And you feel and see, as you're looking at this bright image of this book illuminated by the fireflies, the darkness beyond almost seems to grow. And you see shadow begin to coalesce around the edges of the book. And you hear Shemshime. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Jesus. Okay. Oh, God. Oh.
All right. We'll see what the heck's going on with this book, with this music box,
Amazing.
and with this shadow in about 10 minutes when we return from our break. We'll see you on the other side. And we're back. I believe I owe you a domain tome thanks to Tomiko gifting a sub to Hawkmere. Let's hook you up with that. As Doc, you have just learned all of this information about this book and realizing that it has a music box and the music box is broken and there's a fourth verse that's not being allowed to play out, so you have no idea what it is. And shadow is coalescing around your fingers. What do you do?
That's a great question. I'm going to close the book. And I'm going to look and see if I can evaluate the damage. So I think, based on my investigation, that it's the music box that's skipping is the problem, and it's not allowing it to finish. Like there's
Correct.
a dent in the... Okay. With my skills as a master tinkerer,
Oh, my God.
do I think that I can fix it?
You, with your master tinkering ability and that check that you had to investigate it, you believe that you have what it takes to attempt to fix it. It is going to be a challenge to attempt to fix. As you are making this assessment, you see Teera, you have Galeby, who has sort of got her arms wrapped around your waist and is sobbing into your with her face sort of buried in your stomach, is sort of just sobbing and saying, I don't know what happened. Something came over us. I don't know.
It's okay.
It was... I think Crinkle was possessed by whatever was going on. And didn't know what else to do, and I picked up the book that was in Crinkle's room, and
It's okay.
I hit him over the head with it.
So and at this whole time, Teera is like, kind of like she's bent down by now and is sort of looking this kid over and is like wiping the blood off of her face and like just kind of like doesn't really know what to say, but doesn't. Yeah, it's just kind of trying to keep her on this side of the room and kind of keep her calm and just just say, what book is that? Is that just one of his? One of Crinkle's books?
As you say that, Varnier walks over and is kind of looking around your arm, Doc, and looks over at you and says, I've not seen this book before. You may have been here for quite some time looking at it. Perhaps Crinkle was drawn to its unique mechanical nature, or was indeed trying to fix it. This might be the root of what has been causing our problems, both now and 600 years ago.
Yes, that seems true. And if we have to finish the rhyme, I'm hoping that I can fix the music box, which will allow it to play out the song.
Well,
Teera, oh, sorry, go ahead.
she just looks at you and says, I must admit, while I am skilled with centuries of traditional book repair, this is outside of the norm. If you think you have the skills, by all means.
Oh yes, I'm almost certainly the best person to make the attempt.
You hear
Teera
Mizya walks up. Sorry, Teera. Mizya just goes,
It's okay.
second best, perhaps.
And as Doc glances at Mizya, you're welcome to assist me.
Yes, assist. Sorry, Teera, go ahead.
Yay, it's okay. I would kind of motion to Vorn, and I would sort of hand Galeby off to Vorn, and just sort of say, like, keep her on this side of the room. And then Teera wants to go down the hall and see if Crinkle is dead. I mean, I'm pretty sure he is, but I just got to see it.
Okay. You head down the hall to Crinkle's room, which is you see the door is ajar. The first thing you notice is that there is a bioluminescent glow coming from everywhere in this room, as you see that every surface is covered with hundreds of tiny wingless larval fireflies, tiny glowworms, shedding light throughout the room. You see that there's a canvas hammock that hangs between two pillars near the center of the room, and there's an engraving of a goat wearing a crown leaning against the north wall, and against the far wall, crumpled against the wall, against the floor, is Crinkle's slumped form. The room is almost completely silent, except for just that. I won't attempt to make it, but that just subtle sound of hundreds of larval fireflies. And then you hear from Crinkle just this.
Oh shit. Oh.
Just sort of a ragged breathing. They are unconscious, but appear to be alive.
So Teera would kind of like be looking around this room, all this stuff, and it's like, and as soon as she like above that little skittering, she hears a breath, and it's like, oh shit, and she goes over and she like scoops up the kinku, and I'm sure he's itty bitty and he's a bird with hollow bones, and so she goes and she like brings him out. And he's like, oi, he's alive. He's still breathing. Mizya, Togo, Doc, he's barely hanging on here.
Togo, maybe it's best that you do your thing instead of me doing my thing, because I'm focused on this thing.
Togo is already out and has taken out his 4-leaf clover and takes it and very gingerly with his kind of stubby little turtle fingers opens up the kinku's mouth and drops in the 4-leaf clover, and is going to put his cast his lay on hands for, I don't know, 10.
Okay. As you do that, Crinkle sort of stirs, and there's this moment of the head sort of trying to come up like somebody very drowsy, and then you see as they're inside her mouth, the beak starts to work that starts to chew up that clover as they come to, and you see the eyes blinking. They say what the first thing you hear is, you can presume is their name, is what you hear is the sound of paper being crinkled up. And then they say, sad. Didn't mean to hurt.
Oh.
I know it's all right, Crinkle. As Togo says very calmly as he's kind of looking over the wounds. It's all right. We're going to figure this out.
In the other room, Doc, Mizya, and Varnier, there's a table that was sort of up against the one edge of the wall that you now have this book sort of laid out on, and you have your tinker's tools, and you have Mizya to aid you as you can attempt to make a repair. To do this, you need to make a dexterity check.
Can I do sleight of hand?
This is more of a, because you're using the tinker tools, it's a dexterity check with proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Do it with advantage, Gary.
You have advantage.
No, I have advantage
because Mizya is assisting.
Oh, right. Yes.
Okay, so it's dex, so it's lower. Okay. With my investigation check, do I think that I have a pretty good handle on what I need to do? I just need to execute it?
You have revealed that, actually, make an intelligence check. Now that you're actually looking at the music box is the problem, you're sort of you see all the parts laid out. Go ahead and make an an intelligence check.
You can do it. Okay. So that's 29.
You can see inside this music box is a brass cylinder dotted with tiny pegs.
Mm-hmm.
When the cylinder turns, the narrow bits of metal pluck the pegs to produce the sound of the melody. The cylinder, because of the dent in the case, had been knocked askew, preventing it from working properly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to require a couple of checks in order to get everything set right.
Okay. So Doc is going to look at Mizya, and who's the other person with us?
Varnier.
Well, I can do this now, but it might be better if we did it tomorrow, although it's risky. It's risky if we wait, and it's risky if we go now. What does everybody think?
I don't think we can wait much longer, Varnier says, looking over at where Edbur is dead against the wall.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't kill him, but okay. Okay, so Doc is going to touch himself, and he's going to say, you can do it. And he will attempt a check using his tools and his dexterity.
Did you say dexterity?
Yes. And it was amazing.
I did. I mean, I'm not hearing inspiration for Gary, but that's fine. Totally cool. Totally fine. Okay, so that is a 16 plus 8 is 24 on the first check.
All right. So you are able to begin maneuvering your tools around to begin the repair. As you do so, you notice this sound in your ears as you begin to hear, doesn't matter what you do, I will have my moment. I need you, Mizya and Varnier, to make intelligence saving throws.
Okay, I'm gonna use a tome and I'm gonna roll with advantage.
Right? Oh no, Mizya just failed. You're using a tome to roll with advantage. And Varnier is going to roll. Varnier gets a 14 and seems to kind of shake it off. What do you get, Doc?
18.
You shake it off, but you see Mizya suddenly grab at the edge of the table, and they grab at their head as Mizya takes 16 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
No, I'm fine. Keep going, Doc.
Okay, I'm fine
Doctor.
too. And
Sounds great.
so Doc is going to touch his chest again. He's going to say, "You can do it." And rolling. Okay, not quite as good as before. 16 plus 8 is 24.
After moving the sort of repairing the dent, next you're able to move the cylinder out of the way so that you can see that where it seats is bent askew, and you're able to make that second repair, again hearing, I know you know my name, Shemshime. I need intelligence saving throws from the three of you again.
I'm going to use another tome.
It's okay. That's smart. I approve.
Okay, well.
Mizya shakes their head and seems to stave off the effects.
26.
as do you. Hold on one second. I need to check something.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's eventually going to incapacitate me. So
Hold
that's
on.
my only fear.
You would have taken 8 points of psychic damage from that first one.
Oh.
Because you saved, so you get half. Mizya saved, and you saved on this one. So that's 10, 15, 18. So you're each going to take 9 points of psychic damage. And Mizya again grabs at the edge of the table. And you see that Mizya's normally dark purplish skin is looking pale. And Varnir looks up and says, "You're almost there. Finish it." And you see her eyes roll in the back of her head and she falls unconscious on the floor next to you. And in your head, you just hear...
Doc is going to tell, is going to ask Togo.
Togo's not in the room.
Oh,
we're
right,
over
you're on the other side, right?
Yeah.
He's going to ask Mizya. He's going to say, "Mizya, I can handle this one alone. Could you maybe do something about that?" And he's going to point to the fallen person.
I mean, you're the doctor, but yes. As they are going to immediately go over, crouch down next to Varnir and cast Cure Wounds for 7 points.
As Mizya kneels down, he's going to say, "Yes, and I'm already doing surgery, which is why you're assisting me." And then he's going to make the check. I will use a tome for advantage. He's going to touch himself, and he's going to say, "You can do it."
Way to be, man. Way to be. Strategic use of the tomes. Gary, everybody. I approve.
So that's 17 plus 8, 25.
With this final check, you hear that. I will have my day. And you drop the cylinder into place. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
I'm not going to use the tome this time.
Gasp. The bravery. Hubris.
25.
You will take 8 points of psychic damage as you succeed on this attack. As the music box clicks into place and you see the final final moments. The song starts playing another stanza where you see in this new verse, and you hear the singing of the final stanza in your head as the music plays, and all of you, even those of you not in the room, you hear this final stanza playing out as you all begin singing. See a daughter grinding grain, wish the spirits time was through, trap set for the shadow bane, her millstone killed it true. And you see in this sort of played out in this animation, in this final moment of the daughter taking the millstone and crushing the shadow underneath it. The book before you, Doc, begins to tremble, and the mechanical inner workings of it suddenly grind to a halt for a moment, and then begin to click and whir. And suddenly you hear this whistling like a tea kettle going off as shadow begins just rising up out of this book, shooting straight upward and coalescing along the ceiling until wisps of darkness outline a vague humanoid figure. And the scenes inside the book begin to transform until they have created an entirely new picture that includes tiny little cutout figures of Doc, Mizya, Teera, Vorn, and Togo.
Cool.
The shadow suddenly lurches for you. And I need you all to roll for initiative.
Oh, man.
And I will get those from you one moment. I'm supposed to say roll for initiative after I start the thing. Then they go in there automatically. Alright. Teera, 19. Mizya Mizya has an 18. Togo 10. Doc 19. And Vorn has a, come on. Vorn has a 13. And I have Shemshime. Okay. Doc, the shadow is coming right for you.
Okay. Coming right for me, you say. Great. Cool. And Doc is.
I'll give you, as you're deciding what you're going to do, I'm going to give you one new piece of information.
Okay.
As this form is coalescing and preparing to come towards you, you see those figures of yourselves magically reform, replacing the figures in the book. And instead of a scene of a mill along a river, you realize that the book now displays all of you in a sort of miniature replica of the Firefly cellar. And most notably is on the library level that this depicts, there's a miniature version of this enormous light sculpture, like chandelier, that's hanging on the ceiling in the library as well.
Okay. I don't know. Fucking know. Okay, so you mentioned the chandelier. Tell me about the chandelier again.
It was something that was you noticed in the library level, with all the lighting along all the areas around the alcoves and areas of the library. There is on the ceiling a very large sort of sculpture that has additional fireflies that are in it that help to illuminate. And that's depicted as part of this imagery in the book.
Is there a way to light the chandelier?
It's already lit. Also, it's on the floor above you.
That's on the
it
floor
was
above us.
lit when you saw it last.
Okay. Doc is going to, for want of a better idea, Doc is going to reach down and he's going to touch the book, and he's going to cast Melf's acid arrow at it.
What is that? That's a thing.
It's a spell.
I have never heard of it. Neat.
Fun fact, Melf was, I believe, Luke Gygax's character when he was playing with his dad, Gary Gygax.
Oh, that's cool.
Ho, ho, ho. All right.
Fun fact.
I believe that's correct.
This has been fun facts.
That will be at
Here, I'm entering them
disadvantage.
But what do you mean?
You're casting Melf's acid arrow at the book. It's a ranged spell attack.
I can't get beside it and just touch it and do it?
Yeah, but it's same as shooting an arrow at something at close range. You have disadvantage on ranged attacks within 5 feet.
Okay. All right. I'm going to use a tome. I'll just roll it straight.
Okay.
Uh, 18.
18. Let me check. Where did it go? Yes, 18 hits.
Okay. Oh, wow. And dead average. 10. I rolled 2 4s and 2 1s.
10 damage?
Yeah.
So you hit it with this magical acid arrow that sort of coalesces in the air and immediately hits and bursts over the book. And you see for a moment everything illuminated in this glow of this acid arrow, and you smell the acrid air. And as it dissipates, you see virtually no damage done to the book.
Okay.
There is pockmarking, but it's very minimal.
Okay. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Shemshime is going to come down towards you and is going to Shemshime is going to come right towards you with a hand reaching out for you. I said I was coming for you.
Here I am.
And that's that is going to be, hold on.
That's Doc's version of come get some, but it's
right?
very friendly and just
Okay,
like,
here we
I'm
go.
here.
So Shemshime takes an attack. Oh, that was almost good.
It's a shame it wasn't.
You know what?
No. No, Jacob.
I'm
Stop.
using a limited edition
Oh,
domain tome
It's happened. It's the first
to
one.
cast Helping Hand and roll that with advantage. I've never used these, but that now means I can no longer counterspell.
Yeah,
which
it
means I
does.
can't
Good.
cancel a DM reroll. So re-rolling that, let's see if it was worth it.
Way to play the spoiler, Gary. God bless.
Oh my gosh. So the first time it hit a 19 and rolled over to a 3. This time it hit a 12 and rolled over to a 2.
Yes.
As Shemshime comes towards you and seems to almost be not being able to get at you because of all the light of the fireflies.
And as he swings, Doc is gonna sort of look to his left as the tendril goes wide. He's gonna look to the right as the tendril goes wide. He's gonna say, "Did you want me to stand still?"
Wow. Wow.
Teera, from the
Yes.
other room, you and Togo and Crinkle and it's just the three of you. All of you sang this last stanza as you heard the music coming from the other room.
Mm-hmm.
And you all, because of the magical nature of your connection to this, you all hear and are aware that Shemshime is in the other room.
I would like to rage immediately. I pull my sword and I want to try to run and hit it. Can I get to the other room and still attack? I
Yeah,
don't
it
know
was
how
just
far.
barely
Okay.
down the hall, just like
Okay.
one door down.
Gotcha. All right. I want to attack, please, this dude.
Okay.
Here I go. Ugh, it's a 9 to hit. Terrible. Terrible.
So with your first attack, you come in and you swing your sword and you miss the
Yep.
shadowy form.
And try to attack him again. Here I go. That's better. That's a 26 to hit.
Your sword connects with the shadow and you feel resistance. Go ahead and roll your
Good.
damage.
Nice. Alrighty, that is... and then... So that's 10 points of normal damage and an additional 1 point of cold damage. I think I have rolled 1 on my cold damage ever since I've gotten this sword.
So 10 points, you said?
10 points and then
So
plus 1 of cold if
you
he takes
notice as you slice into Shemshime that your sword, though you catch the resistance against the shadow, it doesn't seem to do as much damage. And the cold does not have any effect on it.
Okay. I stand there and I grimace.
Over on the floor, Mizya holding the now conscious Varnir. Mizya looks up at the shadow and looks at all of you, and Mizya is going to... You see the magic begin coalescing around their fingertips, and they cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on themselves for 23 points. Because Mizya was in a very bad way. Mizya had 7 hit points left. But Mizya now has almost all of their hit points.
Wow.
That takes us to Vorn. As Vorn looks up at the Shemshime, the shadow creature, and I feel like Ricky would say something like, "You know, they say to fight fire with fire. I wonder if that's true with shadow." As he draws forth the shadow blade, the hand of the queen,
He would.
and lunges at Shemshime. His first attack. Are you kidding me? That is a critical hit against Shemshime.
Yay, Ricky! I will message him.
As Vorn rushes up and on the first attack is going to do an automatic... Oh, I did that damage wrong last time. You're lucky. 26 plus...
Teera is very turned on by this display. I will point out.
Plus 11, so 37 points to Shemshime.
Damn.
Though, I will say, even with this Shadow Blade, the The blade does not seem to do as much damage as you would have expected, though he cut square into this thing. However, this is the hand of the queen, and Vorn crit, which means oh, it doesn't matter. Undead are not affected by. Okay. That's... Oh, wait, Vorn still has a second attack. That was only one attack.
Wow.
I do not recommend controlling 2 characters plus your NPCs and monsters all in one session. It's very confusing.
1 out of 10. Would not recommend.
With this next attack, Vorn swings in with a less sure attack, but still is precise, striking for a total of 11 reduced, cutting into Shemshime, though Shemshime continues to not seem to take a whole lot of this damage. Togo.
Can you put is there the last stanza written anywhere?
I will in a moment when I find it.
Okay. In the meantime, Togo is going to put Crinkle down and run into the next room and try to hit it. Yeah. Okay, the first attack was 11, and the second is a 16.
The first attack misses and is met with shadowy laughter.
Ooh.
And then you connect with your next attack.
Right. That is going to do 9, and what the heck? We're gonna smite it.
It is an undead, so you should get an extra D8, I believe.
I never know where my smite dice is.
It's in your features and traits, I believe.
Smite dice. I know it's a D8, so so it's going to be 4 D8 with the undead.
Wow. I love having a paladin. I'm gonna say it. This is what's been missing.
Oh my god. I rolled 2 1s and a 2.
Oh.
It's going to be a total of 18 damage. Did you want me to split that? It's 9 and 9.
9 bludgeoning and 9...
And radiant.
Let me just check. The bludgeoning damage doesn't seem to, like everybody else's attacks, is reduced, as just its incorporealness prevents it from taking a whole lot of damage. But where your smite magic passes through, it takes the full 9 radiant damage, burning away parts of the shadow. And you hear this sort of
Nice. Awesome.
Cool. As a bonus action, Togo's going to look at Teera and is going to take out his lucky rabbit's foot and is going to so Teera has a greatsword, is that right? So you see Togo just kind of take this rabbit foot. It has like a little cord at the end of it, and he just like lightly places it, hangs it on the pommel of Teera's greatsword. And he's like for luck. And he's going to cast Shield of Faith on Teera, which gives you an extra 2 to AC.
Cool. Thanks.
And Togo, where you struck this radiant damage passing through Shemshime, you see bits of shadow seem to almost be melting away, and you watch as it goes.
Uh-oh.
And where each drop of shadow hits, you see a shadowy silhouette rise up as 4 shadows are in the room now.
What?
And the first shadow is going to go for Doc. The first shadow comes charging at you, Doc. That is a 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Dealing 10 necrotic damage to you. And your strength score is reduced by 1.
Okay.
By the way, Togo, did you still have your strength reduced from last session?
Is there a save for that, Jake?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Yeah, I did. I was wondering why my strength was so low.
Yeah. You have to have a short or a long rest to get that strength back. The second shadow is going for Mizya. And that's going to be a 16 to hit, which I believe hits Mizya. Because even with mage armor, I don't think Mizya's... that would still match. So Mizya is going to take... too many buttons. Mizya is going to take 7 necrotic damage, and Mizya's strength is reduced by 1. I don't know if that's how I want to do that. Override score. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, found it. Third shadow is going for Vorn. So basically these shadows are just launching themselves all around the room, trying to strike at as many of you as they can. Vorn has a 14 armor class. And that was a 15 to hit. So Vorn is going to take 13 necrotic damage, and his strength is going to be reduced by 3. Ew, that is not good. Vorn. So Vorn strength, and that's okay. And the fourth and final is going for Teera, as Shemshime has split himself. Teera, your new AC is what? Well,
17.
it's not 21.
No, it's not.
So you are going to take 13 points of necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by 4. You can click on your strength score and add a score override, which will change your base score and adjust your modifiers accordingly.
Yeah, okay. Oopsie. Score override.
And Doc, it is your turn.
Okay. Doc is going to yeah, I don't know what Doc's gonna do. Actually I do. Doc is going to try and shove the shadow to the ground. And it's a opposed athletics check.
Oops, sorry, that is the wrong creature.
I got a 24.
I got a -1.
Okay. So can Doc shove it?
You pretty much can do whatever you want with them at this point.
All right. So
Shove
he's gonna push it over and shove it to the ground. And then he's going to walk away from it.
Okay. That's your turn?
Yeah.
As you do so, from where the shadow is on the ground, you hear, "That is the last thing you should have done. Now I'm going to make you take it out on your friends." I need you and Teera to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh. I'm gonna roll with advantage.
I won't, and I want you to remember this, Cari.
That's a terrible idea.
Next time you call them carries instead of tomes, I want you to remember this. That's all I'm saying. What kind of saving throw was it?
That was a wisdom saving throw.
Well, I rolled 2 fucking 3s, and at -1, I think I got a 2.
I got a 17.
Shemshime is using Whispers of Violence.
Okay.
You must use your reaction to make a melee attack against Mizya.
Do I get to move as part of the reaction plus do the attack? Or does it have to be, because I wouldn't be adjacent to anybody. I mean, I'll make the attack. If there's movement involved, then I can do it.
I'm going to rule this in your favor because the way it's worded says one creature it can reach. It doesn't mention movement specifically, and reach is defined as what your reach is.
Mm-hmm.
So because you walked away from it, yeah, you wouldn't be able to make that attack against Mizya.
Yeah. Okay.
You can attack with your eyes, like. So you also take 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay. So to be true to the spirit of the spell that he cast, Doc is going to look Mizya dead in the eye, and as soon as Mizya catches his glare, Doc is going to lean in and say, "You're dumber than me."
Oh my god! Fighting words! Fighting words! Oh. Mizya's eyes flare
Teera.
with an elder fire. Okay. Okay, I have a question. Okay.
Also,
The-
Doc. There's too many pieces on the board. What was I thinking? You were each all engaged with, except for Togo, with shadows as well.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind, Teera.
Okay. I have a question. This you mentioned a chandelier earlier. Is it in this room or is it
No,
not
it's on
in
the
this
next
room?
floor.
It's on the next floor up.
It's down the hall, then down the other hall, then up the stairs.
Oh my god.
And Shemshime is currently essentially prone, though not technically prone. Not
Okay.
mechanically prone, but visibly
Right.
is lying on the floor. Where
Right.
Doc pushed him down.
This little thing that Teera got hit by last time is hit her good, so she wants to hit this little like wisp.
You say little, it's a full-on humanoid-shaped shadow.
I want to hit this exact human-sized wisp dude, and I want to I want to try to hit it, please. Here I go. With my sword. Here I go. It is a 19 to hit him.
That will hit.
Sick. Okay. That is gonna be... Oh, man. 12 plus only 2 because of my thing is 14.
Plus cold damage.
Plus cold damage, but cold damage. Wow. Max damage on that too. It's another 6, but I don't know if
You swing your frostbrand sword
My
through this
sword.
shadow,
Yes.
simultaneously dissipating it and turning the remnants of shadow to ice shards as you destroy one shadow.
Cool. Teera would shout out, Oi, I don't think we can muscle our way through this one, team, and would just go and try to hit another one of these. Did one of them attack Vorn, right?
Yep.
He would go and try to attack the one that's attacking Vorn. That is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
4 plus 2 is 6 plus 6 normal. Sorry, 6, and then another 2 because I'm raging. 8. And then 6 cold damage. So total of 12. If it takes cold damage.
It takes all the damage, and you see part of the shadow turn to ice, but you do not destroy this one.
As a bonus action, I would like to frenzy attack, which allows me to get one more attack in.
All right.
That's only a 13 to hit, though.
That's going to hit it.
Is it?
Yep.
Holy shit! Okay. Well, that's encouraging, everybody. Huh? Okay, here we go. Damn, son. Okay, that's 11 plus 2 is 13, plus another 2 is 15, plus another 6 of cold damage. D6 of cold damage is another 3, so 18 total.
Jeez. Didn't you do that the first time? You would have killed it in one shot.
That's the power of love!
Wait, you love Shemshime?
No! Horn, you asshole.
Okay, can I just clarify one thing? So Teera shouts to the party, "I don't think we're gonna muscle through this time." And then
Wow, great
and
And
impression.
then muscles through it.
and
Number
then she
one.
charges them and is
Teera
like
does not
attacks
have
3
any-
times with the sword. Just so we're all on the same page about what
I
happened.
yelled that because Teera can't do shit else, and she needs somebody else to take the baton, bro. I'm just fucking holding pattern right now.
What Teera
It's
meant
somebody-
was, you can't muscle through this. She's totally got this.
I'll do my best. Yeah, Teera doesn't know what else to do, but she thinks maybe somebody in the party has a better idea, including our new friends, like the elf who's smart, and the tabaxi who's smart, and Mizya who's smart, and Togo who's holy. Ugh.
Speaking of Mizya, oh snap. Yeah, I think Mizzy is just gonna cast a magic missile. What's this one do? No. Mizya is gonna magic missile at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 missiles lance through the air, dealing 12 plus 5, so 17 points to the shadow that was on them. So you watch as Mizya just starts looking almost like they're just, as they're drawing them in the air, these magical quills, and just throwing them like darts at the shadow, and each time the shadow's just going getting ripped apart until Mizya destroys this. Third one. Somebody roll a d20 for me.
I will. 16.
Okay, so that's a 25 to hit from Vorn. Well, you already killed the one on Vorn. Vorn's going to go for the other one in the room, so that's going to hit. Roll a d10. Oh, wait, that wouldn't be a 25 because Vorn's string... he's still going to hit, but...
It's okay.
Vorn's does not have the same plus anymore.
4.
Because his strength is down. You rolled a 4 on the d10.
Yeah.
So that's 8. Roll a d20 again.
Nat 1.
Okay. So Vorn critically fails on the second attack against this shadow.
If I inadvertently killed Vorn,
which allows it to make a
I know.
opportunity attack. It takes its opportunity attack and it gets an 18 to hit. Vorn is going to take another 7 points of necrotic damage. Not 70, jeez.
Interrupt! Interrupt!
Yeah, you're here.
Is Togo near Vorn, like within 10 feet?
Yeah, sure.
Yay. Togo is going to use his reaction to take away some of that damage.
Nice.
Okay, it was 7.
It's going to take away 6 of that.
Okay,
damage.
that means the same thing that happened last time is going to happen to you. Because you took the bulk of the damage, you're going to get the strength drain.
So I don't take the damage. I just
take the effect.
Okay, well then, okay. Vorn's going...
I don't know if that means anything. I'm completely willing to take it if that's up to you. I'm just saying, I'm not being damaged. He just kind of like...
no hit points.
Yeah, he's just smacks it.
No,
like,
oh, that's fine.
armed.
That's fine. Vorn, in this case, Vorn's still going to take it. Then Vorn has lost like 5 total points to his strength so far. And you see Vorn is looking physically drained. I mean, he's barely taken any damage, but this encounter is taking its toll on him for sure. That was Vorn. Togo, it is your turn. There is the one shadow and Shemshime that remains.
Do something with light, bro. Light attack.
Yeah, well, Togo only really knows how to do one thing, and that's hit people. So he is going to hit Shemshime again.
Sure.
That's a 9 and a dirty 20.
The dirty 20 will hit.
Nice. He's going to smite again. His last smite. So it's going to do 11 bludgeoning damage and then 9 radiant damage.
Hell yes. Radiant damage. That's the word I was looking for.
So
not light attack.
again, the radiant damage does full damage. And you see Shemshime is looking more and more translucent. And
From where Togo is, can he see the book?
yeah, it's sitting open on the table.
All right, and now he sees that there's a chandelier in the room.
Yeah. Yep. So there is currently one shadow and Shemshime. The one shadow is going to, that just opportunity attacked Vorn, is going to look over to you, Teera, where you're standing right near there. And you're going to hear Shemshime's voice. So, you care for this one?
Oh, God.
Too bad. And the shadow's going to attack Vorn again.
Oh.
And it is going to get... Oh, almost a crit. I'm going to spend another of my tomes to roll that with advantage.
You are such an asshole. Oh my God.
So I re-roll that. So that was a 12. It is now a 17, which hits Vorn. Vorn is going to take...
Togo wants to use his reaction.
Okay.
He gets
To do-
another one.
What are you doing?
To negate.
To negate damage?
Yeah, 8 points.
Okay, so you take 8, and Vorn will take 5 of that. Again, Vorn is able to, from a overall endurance point of view, he's doing okay. But these shadows are continuing to chip away at his strength. And he loses another 3 points to his strength score. And you see that Vorn, you see this, even though the sword is made of shadow, you see his arms sort of, and he's struggling to hold this sword. Vorn has lost a total of 8 points of strength.
How many points did he have to begin with? Can you tell us that or no?
Cheater. Stop cheating.
Wow.
I mean,
Cari.
you can do the math and figure it out, because I've told you how much he's lost every time.
Listen, I'm off the clock, man.
He
I
had
don't
an
need any more
18 to
math in my
start.
life. Okay.
He has a 10 strength now, which is a +0.
Oh. He's fine. He's
Okay.
fine.
So that's that shadow's turn. Doc, it's back to you.
Doc is going to cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay.
So he takes out some. He pulls out of his pouch. He starts chewing on some moss. He pulls out a sprinkle of black sand, sprinkles it together, slaps it on his face, and he looks much better. And I'm done. Wait, did everybody move to a different room? Is that what happened?
Nobody
No.
has left this room.
Nope. We just asked towards the location of this chandelier. It is in another room.
I see. Okay, I'm done.
Shemshime is going to turn to Togo, who has been doing a fair amount of damage to it. And you begin to hear at a very rapid pace and overlapping, you hear, "See a mother scything weed for God knows, but see a dog. Shemshime, see a son."
Oh my God,
As-
I hate it.
In a babble, all of these lines come whispered to your head as Shemshime is using his howling babble feature. You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
This is like a nightmare.
I'm gonna use my last luck.
Good for you.
Okay, 19.
Okay. So you'll take half of the psychic damage. So you only take 10 psychic damage. And you're not stunned. And that's Shemshime's turn. As Teera, it is your turn.
Okay. So there is one more of these humanoid-sized wisps, right? And it's
That's
by Vorn.
right next to you because you were next to Vorn and it just attacked
Yes.
Vorn.
Good. Okay. I want to frickin' I want to like I almost want to like stand. Is Vorn up still? Is he still standing?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, from
yeah,
a hit
yeah.
point of view, he doesn't look like he's taking much damage. It's just his strength is being drained.
Got it. Okay. I want to attack the one that has attacked Vorn, please.
Okay.
And you know what? Just for giggles, because I haven't used one all night, I'll use a tome to roll with advantage. Here I go. That's a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
It wouldn't have hit if I hadn't done that, so I'm glad that it was useful. Alrighty. Da, 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 da. Ugh. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 2 is 10.
Whoops, I
10
hit the
points
wrong
of...
one. Hold on.
Ooh.
Hold on. I affected my limited tomes.
I'm just seeing cheating here. Cheating,
Nope.
Jake.
The screens are almost identical. I was trying to adjust, and then you guys are skating on both sides of this plus 10, plus
the
15.
10
Makes me
again.
so happy,
I know.
Jake. It makes me so happy.
10. It makes me feel bad for you. 10
Tamiko's
points of
making
normal
my night.
damage. 10 points of normal damage and 3 points of cold damage. 13
You have
total.
destroyed a third shadow. Did you destroy all 4 shadows?
I think I got all 4 of them. Yeah, I'm
Oops.
batting 1,000 tonight, y'all.
So yeah,
that
you've
good.
destroyed the shadow with that attack, and you still have 1 attack left.
And I want to look at Shemshime, and having just done the whole "you care for this one," I'd be like, "You done right, I do," and I want to frickin' hit it with my sword.
All right.
Might not kill it, but it can hurt. So here I go to attack this one. Here I go, 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
That Jesus. 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 points of normal damage and 3 points of cold damage.
You slice into Shemshime. Again, your cold damage having no effect.
Yep.
You
And I guess. Yeah, go ahead.
You bring your sword up and into the shadowy form of Shemshime. And you watch as your sword passes through. It's like pushing quickly through fog or smoke as you see these sort of swirling eddies. And you just hear...
Mm-hmm.
And Shemshime dissipates into nothingness. You have destroyed the shadow.
I feel nope.
And
There's
then you
a denouement coming. I just know it.
And then you hear all of you in your heads. You didn't think it would end that quickly, did you? As the shadow around the room begins to coalesce, reforming into Shemshime.
This isn't even my final form. I do have another attack hit by frenzy.
You can go ahead and make it if you
Is
want.
it okay, I will attack recoalesce Shemshime. Ugh, 15 to hit. 15 to hit.
It's a hit.
Okay. It's a little bit better. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 points of normal damage and 2 points of useless cold damage.
Again, you bring your sword through Shemshime, dissipating the shadow, and you hear, I can do this all day. as Shemshime has been reduced as far as you seem to be able to reduce him. You keep making him dissipate. In this moment, you hear from the ground, sort of hiding behind the table where the book is, you hear Varnier say, "Get to the library," and then turn and says, "Go!" Suddenly, a feline form of Cthulhu leaps over the table, scoops the book up in her arms, uses her back feet to push off of the table, and springs forward, and using her feline agility plus her dash, disappears faster than you've seen anybody run as they make it all the way down the hall and around the corner. What do you do?
Awesome. Well, my turn is done. Well, I can still move. I would follow, I guess.
So
I haven't moved.
It's Mizya's turn, and yeah, Mizya just kind of looks at all of you and says, "Well, what are you waiting for?" And also begins to move. I don't know if Mizya has like a Misty Step or...
I think they do. I swear to God, I've heard Dwight say that.
I feel like that's... Well, it depends on what they had prepared. I don't see Misty Step prepared or any sort of teleportation stuff. So Mizya is just going to beat feet. That's Vorn. Vorn is going to look to you, Teera, and just say,
I would nod and take up a defensive stance and be like, "Go."
Let's go. Vorn's going to take off running. Togo?
Yeah, Togo's gonna run. I'm just looking to see whether my athlete ability makes me fast.
Turtles are known for being very fast.
If they're athletes, I'll just be like Mario, you know? I'll go into my shell and just like ping pong my...
Get the star.
Yeah. Nope. But so then he's just gonna use his dash.
Okay. I believe... Sorry, I'm trying to... Yeah, Doc, you would be up next.
Move and dash, I guess. Follow the crowd.
All right. So, for a moment, breaking initiative order, you all take off running up the stairs, and we get this kind of cool cinematic shot from the ceiling looking down as each of you start coming out of the stairwell and running into the midst of the library, which is these circular books. And you see, as we're sort of spinning around looking at this top-down view, we see this big, heavy sort of chandelier made of the fireflies, and it almost looks like dozens upon dozens of like deer antlers with heavy wire twisting them together, and sort of holding this whole thing together up there. And as you all get up, and Doc, you're the last one that kind of comes up, and you see Cthulhu in the middle of the room with the book, having stopped and panting heavily in the middle of the room. All of these lanterns, these firefly lanterns around the edges of the room begin to dim, and you see as shadow begins to seep out of them and move through the stacks and starts to coalesce in the room right in front of Cthulhu and the book, forming into Shemshime once again. What would you like to do? We'll go...
I think we left on Mizya's turn.
Okay.
If we're going initiative order.
I'm gonna skip over Mizya and Vorn. They're gonna hold their actions, and I'm gonna go to Togo.
Right.
So the scene is all of you have come up and you're sort of spread out. These circular stacks, the shelves only come up so high, so you can kind of see the whole area. And you see Cthulhu in the middle of this room under this sort of chandelier thing with the book in front of her, or holding the book, and Shemshime coalescing in front of her. So that's the scene.
Oh.
Ooh. This is what you call a moral dilemma.
It's a Togo's choice.
How do these train track switches feel?
Yeah.
Great.
Do it.
Oh,
Got
God.
him, man. You
Oh,
see
okay.
Vorn, he's weak, he's hurt. You see Doc, he's weak, he's hurt. Doc, yet handsome as ever.
How far away is... Ooh. You know what I'm gonna do? No, I don't have a thing. I've used up all my spells. No. Okay. Ooh. Okay. All right. So Togo is going to, as Shemshime is coalescing in underneath the chandelier, Togo looks up, sees the rope coming down, I imagine, just in a very cartoony fashion, if that's okay. But he is going to... I want to explain what I want to do. Togo wants to push what's her name out of the way?
Cthulhu?
Wow, can't even remember her name. This is going
You're
well.
you're focused, dude. You got it.
Yeah. Cthulhu, he wants to push her out of the way. He wants to take his javelin and throw it at whatever is lighting up the
Cool.
or whatever's holding up the chandelier.
So, okay.
So I don't know what order, or even if I can do that in a turn. I will let
grab,
you
jab.
I'll let you, as the DM, call that. If I can't, then that's.
I'm checking. So shoving is an action. So you would be able to run in and shove Cthulhu out of the way, or take a javelin attack. So I'll take it a step further to clarify, because this is D&D, it's fantasy, it's the classic chandelier that's held up by a rope that is tied off on the side somewhere with some pulleys, because they have to be able to lower it down to change out the fireflies and everything.
Obviously. Add more antlers.
I have another idea. If
he
can't do both, he still wants to shove Cthulhu, and he wants to yell to either Doc or Teera to cut the rope. That's what he's gonna do.
Okay, so how many attacks do you have?
I have 2 attacks.
Oh, I was just reading a little further on shove. You can do both, because if you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, the shove attack replaces one of your attacks.
Do it.
Okay. All right.
You may be the first player I've ever had use the shove action.
That's an
Congratulations!
So,
Yay!
A muzzle on you! A muzzle on you, Em! We have never looked up the rule, though, Gary.
So make an athletics attack.
All right.
Have you shoved, Gary? Are you telling me you shoved?
I literally used the shove action today.
When?
No.
How do you think I knocked the guy prone?
No, you pushed him. It's
I
pushing and shoving are different things.
No justice for Gary.
Like, why am I attacked in every forum that I'm in? Like, how is that possible?
Sensitive.
Gary 100% used it like an hour ago. But I failed to acknowledge it and give credit to him.
It was spectacular and unforgettable, Gary.
I'll take the credit. It's fine.
That's the only reason.
The Canadians are fighting.
That's the only reason I do that. Is
It's the most polite fight you'll ever see.
I live to
I
outrage.
feel like I've been wronged.
I live to outrage Gary. That's all it is. So it is a opposed strength attack check to athletics to shove Cthulhu out of the way.
Okay. If it's still within the 10 minutes, he gets fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
We've been
Yeah,
fighting
it took
this
you
whole time.
all
It's
of-
been like a minute and a half.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
that.
right.
And it's taking you all of 30 seconds to run up the stairs.
He got a 13.
Cthulhu got a 4. So you just run in and knock Cthulhu. Cthulhu hits the ground in sort of, in typical feline fashion, lands on all fours, but the book sort of hits the ground and goes and hits a shelf, and you just hear that ting 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 tune of the rhyme. And now you can make your attack action, throwing your javelin at the rope. Now this is going to be, if you hit it, you're going to sever the rope and send the thing crashing to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You have to hit it.
Em, use a tome. Em, use a tome. Do it.
I'm going to use a tome.
Okay.
Yay!
I
idea.
have.
Who would have thought of this idea?
I have the DC.
Come on. Come on.
Okay.
So
Come on.
It's like 25. The DC. This is a very elusive rope.
It's hard, man. It is a rope, and you are throwing a spear at it.
So you're using a tome.
No.
Oh no.
No, that's a 8.
That's an 8 total with advantage.
Yep. My other one was a 1.
Okay, so you see as Togo rushes over and knocks Cthulhu out of the way, pulls a javelin, throws it, and the javelin goes into one of the bookcases. The arc not quite right. As Shemshime laughs at you, Doc, it is your turn.
Okay, so how high is the chandelier off the ground?
15 feet.
15 feet.
Yep. Let me just double check. The Firefly Cellar. Where did it go? Where is it? Down. Good Lord. Usually one of the first things they say on every one of these is how high the ceilings are, and it doesn't say specifically. I'm going to stick with the
Just high
15
enough.
feet, that the ceiling on the library level is 20 feet, with the chandelier hanging 5 feet down.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so. Oh, if this
This
is
looks like a job for somebody with a sword.
so, just for the record, If I had 14 strength at my height, I could reach up and jump and grab the chandelier. But because my strength is only 13, because Jake's an asshole, I can only reach up and grab something that's 14 feet up.
But there's bookshelves all around you.
Climb! Get up there.
Okay, sure. Doc is going to climb up a bookshelf and he's going to try and jump and grab the chandelier and pull it down.
So the bookshelves, as from when you first got here, are 10 feet tall.
Yes.
Which would put you within 5 feet of the chandelier.
Great.
So you can absolutely do that.
Okay.
So you're gonna grab the chandelier.
Yep.
And do what?
I'm gonna grab the chandelier and pull it down and throw it at Shemshime.
Okay. I want you to make an athletics check as you leap up to grab the chandelier.
I will do so with advantage.
Yes.
24.
You leap up.
That was a nat 20, by the way.
Okay.
Yay!
The DC was a 20. As you leap up and grab this chandelier, your extra form plus the weight you're able to put into it, pulling down as you grab it, just happens to be just greater than the tensile strength of the rope holding the chandelier up. As the rope breaks, more to the point, you rip the cleat out of the wall.
Wow.
And you feel the whole thing come down. You are going to take a d6 for the fall, and 4d6 for the chandelier falling on you.
Sure.
So you're going to take 8 plus 6 is 14. Plus 4 is 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sure.
And all of you watch. Oh, make a dexterity save, Togo.
He's got a shell. Just duck in, bro.
I got a 12.
So
Wink.
you're going to take the 14 points of bludgeoning damage as the chandelier crashes on top of you as well.
Nice.
And this is the worst track. I don't know why this comes up every time. As the chandelier comes crashing down and the weight lands on top of Doc and on top of Togo, you see the lights the jars all break and fireflies immediately begin flying everywhere, shrouding that entire central area in shadow. You are out of initiative. Doc and Togo, you are under the broken fragments of this chandelier. What do you do, Teera, as you see this happen?
So Teera is like just getting to the top of the stairs and sees Togo shove the shit out of Cthulhu. The book goes flying. A spear apparently throws at something. Doc climbs a bookshelf like a spider monkey, jumps over, the thing goes crashing down, and she's just trying to take inventory of all this. Are there any enemies left in the room? She's like frantically scanning.
As you scan around, you see the form of Shadow coalesce on the floor, Shemshime.
I want to go and stab the shit out of it.
Before you even start moving towards him,
Okay.
you see that Shemshime is in the shadowy form and is trying to claw his way towards where Cthulhu got knocked off to the side. And with every motion you see, it's like sand being blown away backwards, like he's pushing into a wind, and you realize, no, and you see the fingers pulling apart and backwards, and you see his legs and everything as he's being pulled towards the book.
As he's being pulled away, Doc is going to look at his form, and he's going to say, "You wanted a moment. Your 15 minutes are up."
Yes.
And as you say that, you see this into the book, and the book goes and falls over, and you hear one singular note. Ting. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Wow! Wow!
You have
did it!
defeated Shemshime and locked him in the book.
Oh my god, we did it! Guys.
And I think this is the record for the least number of sessions for a book of these.
We fucked around less than we ever have.
I think this was 3 chapters.
Yeah.
Total?
3 sessions. Would the last one take us like 12?
I don't know. The first one took you like 12.
It was something ridiculous.
Well, the one took you 12 before you even got to the adventure part.
Yes.
So.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Thank you, G Battle Rock, for that 500 at the end there. Come on. You know it's D&D when you get a chandelier involved.
You gotta, as soon as you mentioned a chandelier, I put in the side chat, I was like, we gotta drop it on him.
The chandelier was actually mentioned in the first session of this chapter. You weren't here for it, though. When they first entered, it was just part of the flavor of the whatever as you entered into the session. So, yeah, that is
They're gonna be pissed about their chandelier.
I think they'll get over it.
Probably.
Of course, there is the matter of little Galeby Smallstone, whose father is passed.
Orphan now. Yeah. Well, she can become a scribe. What are the little things called? An acolyte? What are they called here?
The Avowed?
The Avowed. She can be an Avowed.
I mean, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I took 18 points of hero damage.
Yeah, that was badass, Cari. That was badass. Damn it. I'm so sorry.
And at least a few of you are hurting from those shadows. Vorn lost 8 points of strength damage overall from that.
Teera is tending to him very closely.
Wow.
On that note, fade to black.
We're done. Lines and veils. Red light. Red light.
Red light.
Red light.
I meant like putting fucking band-aids
I called
on
red
him,
light.
you
You're done.
douchebag.
It doesn't matter what euphemisms you use, Cari. All right.
Wonderful.
Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. Whether you're watching with us live or you are catching this on VOD, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you are somebody that likes to lurk quietly in the background, thank you so much. We appreciate you all the same. I think we're going to send a raid over to our friend Dr. Faust Painting Clinic, doing some miniature painting. Let me set that up real quick. I can never remember. Is it Dr. You spell his name out?
DOCTOR capital F Faust.
I got it. There it is. Okay. So we'll get that read started. Reminder, tune in tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern to fortnerd.com. Correction, that's twitch.tv/fortnerd.com, all one word. Is that right, Gary?
DOTCOM, yep.
I'm going to do this.
Yay.
Fortnerd.com. Shout out in the chat there. for the first of the 6-part 3-week finale of Dreadful Tales taking place. And then tune in Wednesday night at 8:30 for part 2, which I will be DMing with a whole different group of players. And for the first time in this anthology, I have Gary as one of my players. So be sure to check that out. It's an amazing game, an amazing series. Tune in Thursday night for the Dawnbringers and their continuing adventures in the Feywild. With that, one final thank you, as always, to my amazing players, Gary, Cari, and Em. And though they were not with us tonight, they were with us in spirit, Dwight and Ricky, without whom it would just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. With that, we're going to go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream. And you can say it with me if you want.